Coons.
Thank you, Chair Ernst, Ranking Member Markey, and thank you to our 4 great witnesses today. Not everybody finds manufacturing capital needs riveting, but I do. I'm excited about this hearing. I think this is interesting. We all find manufacturing exciting. Some of you know I spent a decade in manufacturing before I ever ran for office, and then as county executive and now as senator worked closely with the CDCs in Delaware and with those who help with capital lending and who compete globally as small and medium-sized American manufacturers. So, Mr. Swanson, Mr. Raccio, Ms. Wadowich, and Ms. Kennedy, thank you for what you do as small manufacturers, as CDC leaders, to help deploy the resources of the 504 program. And thanks for helping us understand how the 504 program helps bridge the gap and CDC's help originate and put together and secure these. I am proud to work with Chair Ernst on the Made in America Manufacturing Finance Act, recently approved by this committee and its corollary in the House by voice vote, to increase the loan size available to small manufacturers. Mr. Swanson, in your prepared testimony, you discussed the challenge of competing in foreign markets. I think you spoke earlier about competing in Brazil. How does the guaranteed lending offered by the 504 program allow small manufacturers to successfully compete globally?
Well, thank you, Senator Coons. The starting point I would refer to would be, as was discussed, by allowing us to continue to invest in particularly in the kinds of capital equipment that can be extremely useful for us to offset the challenges of labor supply, and with allowing us to, in our case, the specific requirements to produce the high-tech equipment that we're manufacturing, we leverage those advantages in terms of the international markets that we pursue. So.
I remember meeting with Miller Metal in Bridgeville, Delaware, my first year as a senator, and seeing how both SCORE, which is an organization founded in Wilmington, Delaware, of business executives who volunteer and consult, and the Manufacturing Extension Partnership Program, helped this small family-owned metal pressing and bending company figure out what capital investments they needed to make to get a cutting-edge bending and welding and punching machine, and then they successfully competed against a Chinese manufacturer for a small part that went into thousands of assembled, what I would call a hi-fi system, but a stereo system. It was amazing to me. A company from Bridgeville could compete directly with a Chinese manufacturer and win. Mr. Raccio, SCORE has helped lots of companies compete. I was concerned to hear that their funding had been held up for months and they were beginning to lay off people federally. They have 10,000 volunteer mentors. It's the most cost-effective federal program known. I was relieved to find out today that those withheld funds are now being released and flowing. You mentioned SCORE and other resource partners in your written testimony. How do they help reinforce your work delivering capital to manufacturers?
Thank you, Senator Coons, for that question. They help on almost a weekly basis. SCORE has been a monumental partner in helping our small businesses, whether it's finding access to certain SBA programs, helping them with business plans is often critical for our small business partners, whether they're looking to expand or simply start. They're not sure how to go about it. Specifically in New England, we have a lot of retired executives that have an extreme amount of industry knowledge, so it's been a really good partnership with SCORE. They'll also pair up with SBDC as well and work with them. So they are out at events. They are a great product, great set of people. I'm glad the funding was released, but they are out there and working with our businesses every day.
Last question for anyone on the panel, if I might. There have been proposals to cut the SBA workforce by as much as 40%. At least in Delaware, I've seen how having the SBA office and staff with connections and resources and experience helps facilitate access, particularly to manufacturers who tend to be overextended and overstretched and only know about these programs because there's staff available to help with the outreach. What sort of impact do you think we would see if they actually carry through with dramatic cuts to the total SBA staff? Anybody? Jump ball. Ms. Kennedy.
Senator Coons, thank you very much for the question.
The SBA staff is so resilient. We've just found them to be so committed to getting the work done and partnering with other economic development organizations like CDCs that we would all have to jump in because small businesses are that important to our local economies and to creating jobs. And so certainly cuts always hurt, but the rally for small businesses is absolutely there in our local communities, and we want to make sure that those employees are there for serving our community, but as well as having those partners like SCORE. So that was really good news to hear. So thank you for delivering that too.
Thank you, and thank you, Madam Chair, for the chance to work with you to help provide more capital to America's small business manufacturers.
I'm so